Hi guys, I hope this is working because I've just had a right bother getting it on, but I'm sure it is. Let me just double check there. Yes, I think we're a go. And I'll just wait for everyone to get themselves in. Hi Donna, hi Kenny, hi Susie, hi Sue, hi Rebel, hi Cajun, all you lovelies. Hi Neverkid, hi Sky, hi Connie. Hi Sean, hi Robin. Hello my love. Yes, I got it working. Mate. Fancy saying that to the love of your life. Right, so. Hi Kim. We'll just get ourselves sorted. First of all, this month for my hashtag, it will be Marvel May. And hi Katie, hi Joey. And just to get things going, I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly because it's got it in, but I do have my Groot mug from Marvel. When it gets a bit emptier, I'll show you it properly. But it's really cute. Exactly, Sue. It should be sweetheart. You lurk away, everybody. If you need to lurk, you lurk. I do not mind. Yes, I am Groot. No, you listen up here, sweetheart. You just get back to work. You work and lurk. Hiya, Michelle. So we're going to be continuing doing this picture from SS Illust, which is this book here. But before we do that, I have a couple of things that I'd like to show. First off are these, which are the Stabilo Carbothello chalk pastel pencils, and the absolutely amazing Melody got me these, and I've not tried them out on a picture yet. I was going to do that today before I streamed, but I didn't get around to doing it. Hi Joanne. But I did manage to get them swatched, which I've got here, and they have some beautiful colours in them, as you can see. And this is just on cheap notebook paper. Hi Pat. And I did notice that it did say that they were aquarable. So I have done the normal dry, and then I did another swatch, and I used my water brush on the top to see how they go. And they do go out nicely, but when you first add the water to them, they are a bit hard to get going, if you know what I mean. So I have done that on all of them. But I do have plans to use these on an image that I have started in Serene. That's okay, Robin, you multitask. I'm sure nobody thinks you're ignoring anybody. So yes, I have swatched them, and I do have an image which I've started, which I can show you quickly now. I've literally just put a marker base down on her skin. So I'm going to be doing this image. If I put it in sideways so you can see her a bit better. So I've put the marker base down, and I plan on to do the pastels on top. What kind of pizza, Sean? So that's those, and I'm very happy with the way they lay down. They're quite soft and the colours are really vibrant, and I'm actually looking forward to trying them out, to use them actually as something to do the picture with and not just use a pastel to do a background with. So we'll see how they go. So I do have those to try, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I've got them. And I'll give you a quick show in the box. Ooh. So they come in this lovely tin, and there are 60 altogether. And then that's my little note from Melody. I've left that in the tin so that I know that they were from her. And then you get that little sheet. And then the top layer comes, and they all have this nice little section of their own. Hiya, Sammy! And then underneath we have another tray, and in this tray, this is my only criticism about this. I've had a lot of criticisms about a lot of things this week. Don't get me started. Because I went to the cinema to see Avengers Endgame, and my goodness me, it was good, but not as good as what was hyped up to be, but we'll just leave it at that. And also I watched Game of Thrones, and I had a lot of criticisms about that because, again, it was fantastic, but I have to criticise things. Hiya, Susan! Hiya, Marie! So yes, my only criticism is that in the bottom tray, and I'll bring this tray back so you can see the difference, is that these are all nicely spaced out in their own little compartments. So there you go, they've got their own little groove in the plastic. And then in the bottom tray here, hiya May, it's good to have you here. Hiya Desiree. It's lovely to see everyone today. But yes, these in the bottom tray, although they do come with their own little grooves, they're so close together that the pencils buckle out. So I don't know if it's just me, but I would have preferred that if I was to keep these in the tin, I will get a pencil case eventually to put them in, but if I was to keep them in the tin, because there's so much extra space at the top here, that it would have been a bit better to have more of them spaced out along the top as well, so that the buttons on the bottom weren't so crammed in. But anyways, despite the problems with the tin, the pencils are amazing, and you get a kneadable eraser with them, which is this here, which I've not took out of the packaging yet because I've not had a use for it just yet, not actually testing them out. You get a paper stump, which I was just saying earlier to Sean that I don't really get along very well with these, but I've heard that these and cotton buds are really good for blending these. And then you also get a pencil sharpener, which I think is a one that's suitable just for sharpening the pastel pencils. Hiya Karen, hiya Helly. If I'm saying your name wrong, please let me know. Hiya Christine. So yes, I'm sure this is one that would be great for sharpening just the pastels. Sammy, I'm trying to be good this month and only have some things arrive. Because I also need to buy a pencil case for the... Yes, Sean, you did, and it's really cool, and it's been put in my wish warehouse for later. But so it's not just me. There are problems with these. Let's just face the facts, there are problems at the moment with these. But yes, I'll come back to those when I do my Serene picture for over the top. But yes, I do need a pencil case for the super colours that I'm using as well. But again, that'll have to wait, because I have seen a pencil case that I like, but it's over £20, so it'll have to wait. And then the next thing that arrived just this morning was a pre-order that I had in, and I have the first one and I've not coloured in it yet, because these books are the ultimate in intimidation for me for colouring in. But I don't know if this one will be a bit better, because it is a lot bigger than the first one. And it's this lovely book. And I'm super excited to actually give it a go, because when I've had a flip through, the pictures themselves don't look as intimidating as the first one. And I don't know if you have this book yourselves or if you have the first one, so you'll probably understand what I mean. Yes, Christine, this is A3 or roundabouts A3, because it's more squared off than an A3. And I'll just show you. I'll compare it with Serene now so we get to see. So this is Serene, so yes, it is bigger than Serene. So if I can just move my drink out of the way there a moment. So if I bring this to the bottom, I have sized it up to the very top left corner of the Thomas Kincaid one. And as you can see, we still have some space down the bottom and down the side. So it is a lot bigger. Yes, money gifts everywhere. So this is a huge book, and I'll just quickly show you one of the images. I'm just going to literally flip to whatever. So we have this image here, which is from The Little Mermaid 2, or so it says. But personally, I think it's from the first one. Anyways, so we have The Little Mermaid 2 here. And I don't think that this... Hey Pickle! Nice to see you here. Yes, I don't think that this looks as intimidating as the first one. And I don't know if it's just literally down to the size of the book. being bigger so that the details don't look as small. Hiya, Beth. Yes, Pat, it is very detailed, but it's not as bad personally for me for the details, because as I'm saying, I think it's because this is bigger. The details don't look as small. So I can't actually wait to start a picture in this, and there's already one, if I can just quickly find it, that I'm literally going to jump straight in with. And it's because it is one of my favourites. And oh, wait a minute, no, I've lost it. There we go, is this one from Tangled. And I have another book where I'm going to do a Tangled image in, and it's all because I love the thing with the paper lanterns. So I can't wait to dive in to do this one. The paper shown is well, it's bright white. It's quite good quality. It's not super thick, so it's not you could use different mediums on it. Alcohol markers if you wanted to, watercolors, that sort of thing. It is also single-sided, so you could use alcohol markers in that aspect of the fact that you're not going to ruin a picture on the other side. In this book, compared to the first book, the images for each picture are in the back for inspiration, so he hasn't left those out completely. They're just not in line with the image that you plan on colouring, unless you were to take the page out of the book, because these are only glued in, they're not bound in. So yeah, it's good for doing that sort of thing. It's not really very toothy. It's more of a smooth paper. But I think that would just depend on your personal preferences as to whether or not you like that. Because I personally don't like seeing white spots in my coloured pencils when I'm colouring, and I tend to layer and layer and layer until they're gone, or I blend out the white marks and things like that. Pickle, you definitely do want this book. Sammy, I think it's like the Serene pictures and the Kirby Rosanna's pictures, that if you take it one step at a time and take your time, then I think that you should be fine with one of these personally. If I'm going to give this a go, then I think that you would be able to give it a go as well. It's definitely thicker paper than Create Space and copy paper. It's not as thick as Serene paper, but it doesn't feel as thin as the paper that's in my SS Illust paper either. Would you like a quick flip through to see what the pictures are like? Yes, everybody, even Ian is colouring in something for my Marvel May. and I'll show you what he's going to colour in, because I have the book out ready. So the only two books that, no, actually Sammy, he's not colouring in the Hulk. He is going to colour in Deadpool. So I have this book for Marvel May, and I also have this book for Marvel May, which I'm going to colour from, but I just haven't chosen my picture yet, with She-Hulk on. Sammy. Sammy, Lickety Split is Steve, which Ian's known him for very many years. So he knows fine well that Ian is not my child. But anyways, Ian is going to colour in Thorpool, which I'm super excited about. He did want me to. He did. Well, Steve, he did want me to. He did want me to photocopy this, but I've told him that I can't photocopy books, so he's just going to have to colour it in my book. But I really don't mind, because I only paid £4 for the book at the works. No, only I'm going to colour in Sylvanas, don't worry. Which I will be starting this month, by the way, just in case I start making mistakes on it. And then I've got enough chances to reprint and start again. So yes, Ian is colouring in that, and I'm colouring in from the other one. But Sammy also found another Marvel book today, which looks fantastic, and it is also a huge book. So anyways, I'm going to quickly flip through this book. Obviously the pictures don't fully fit in, so it is just going to be a case of, if I can just move things around a minute, I'll see if I can zoom out just a tad bit more. There we go. That's a bit better. So I'll quickly flip through. I'll make sure that the book is in frame, and then no, I'm going to let him loose with my special pencils. I trust him enough these days. So, quick flip through so that you can see the pictures in this book. And then we will move on to doing my picture we're doing in SS Illust. I'm going to use some super colours. But some of the pictures do look a lot more detailed than others. And probably, is this the Pocahontas one you were talking about, Sean? You never know, Pickle. Maybe someone might buy you it. And then technically you could say that you didn't want it, but you got it anyways. Joanne, I am going to colour a book in this page, just not in this stream, because I'd like to finish the one that I've already started within the streams, and then maybe we'll come back and do a page in this book in streams once that page is done. I also like this, so this could be my first page done. It's definitely going to be one of the Tangled pages, because it is one of my favourites. But I love the size of the book, to be honest. Colour a book in this page. Hiya, Becky. Thank you for joining. Yes, Sean. Sean. I'm getting everybody mixed up now. Steve, this is an A4 book, and that is the size of an A4 on top of this book. So it's way bigger. I didn't forget your name. I'm just shut up, okay? It's a very good size. There was a book brought out before this one, and it was a lot smaller, and the details were a bit intimidating because they were so small. But they're not so bad in this book because with the pages being bigger. Hello, Tammy. I'm not doing too bad, sweetheart. Yes, Desiree. Just shut up. I don't have to explain my mistakes to anybody. Well, if I was to go along with the actual colours used from the films themselves, then a lot of colours. But if I was to stick to like a colour scheme, then it would just depend on how many colours is in the colour scheme, really. But I guess you could use a whole pencil case full of colours on one of these images. So in the back here, these are Thomas Kincaid's actual colourings of this, of each page. Pickle, this is all of Disney princesses, yes. On average, I suppose you could use 20 or 30, yeah. Take care, Karen. Thank you for coming. So this is what I mean about the lanterns part. It just looks really magical. Well, I was doing that last week, Tammy. I was house and dog sitting for my mum because her and my granddad went on a cruise. Just don't fight it, Pickle. Just give in to temptations. There's a dog barking outside, so Frank's having his say. I really like the effect on the water here, and I love this sky, but there is the lanterns again, and there's just something about it that I really love. So this picture I definitely remember from the first book. You know fine well who Frank is, Steve. He is my child, he's my fair baby. But yes, I remember this picture from the first book, but I'm sure it was a lot thinner because obviously the first book was only about this big. So yes, that is that, and we will definitely come back to colouring in this at some point. So if I just move all of these out of the way, and if you give me one moment, I'm just going to grab myself some kitchen paper. Right, so I've got a glass of water and some kitchen towel. Ooh. Oh, it's very scary, Sammy, but you know what it is? If I can colour an image in Serene after being absolutely terrified of it, and I've actually gone back and done the background on it, then I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to colour in an image from that as well. Right, so just make sure that we're in frame properly. Yes, we are. I've got my kitchen paper, I've got my super colours, and I'm just going to roll my sleeves up. So, don't know if you remember from last time, because obviously that was 2 weeks ago, because last week I couldn't stream because I was at my mum's house. Well, I've not actually got the Beauty of Horror books. I have seen them, and they do look pretty scary. Mainly just because of the pictures in them. My main scary book, I'm going to say, is definitely the Thomas Kincaid books. And Mythomorphia. I've not actually started a picture in Mythomorphia yet, and I've got about 5 that I wanted to do. But I don't know with Mythomorphia, because obviously I've done a one in the Animorphia poster book and it wasn't too bad. But I think my main problem with Mythomorphia is because I've got so many ideas going around in my head for just one picture that I haven't picked a colour out, like a colour scheme out for it yet. So I don't know if that's why they're just on one of my top lists for being scary. Yes, Mysteria is another book that's going to be scary for me, because I keep looking at pictures in there thinking, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then I haven't done it. Right, so the lovely Lou Scoffin, who is one of my mods but is not here today, sent me this page protector. I've been meaning to get one for a while now, and she was very kind enough to send me one. So I'm just going to pop that underneath there, make sure my cup is out the way. I'll just have a quick drink anyways. So today I've got caramelized honey latte, and I've also got some twisted strawberry Diet Coke. Which one are you talking about, Tammy? Are you talking about Mysteria, or are you talking about this book that's in front of me now? Sean, we got biscuits, but I ate them because they were so nice, and they didn't last very long. Yes, Beth, it is Groot. This is my mug for Marvel May. I can't turn it very much, but I'll turn it as much as I can without it spilling. This is a Funko Pop mug, and this goes with my collection of Groot Funko Pops. Mysteria, yes, I think it does have women on the front. It's a book full of women, to be honest. Women, and they have things with them. And one of my favourite pictures in that book is the one with the succulents around her, and you can catch a good colour along of the woman with the succulents over on Sammy's channel. She did a fantastic colour along of that. So, Connie, my mug is my Groot mug, and it's a Funko Pop mug. And my Diet Coke is in this mason jar mug, and it is an Alice in Wonderland one, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it there. It has Drink Me on the front. it really was brilliant, Christine. So, Sammy, I may very well do my very first picture in that book by watching your colour along of the succulent lady. Nicola did a really good job with the skin on that lady, Sean. A very, very good job. Right, I just need to find my swatch book. Today we are going to be colouring with my Super Colour set, which was very kindly gifted by someone. And because there are so many colours in it, I'm just quickly going to grab my... I'm doing some watercolours now because we'll have to get some bits and pieces down on this. Some bits and pieces that I don't normally do. Right, so got my swatch book. This is swatch book number 2. Well, Sean, if you want my opinion, if you're not fussed on what you have, then I would personally go for a meat feast or a Hawaiian. They're my two go-to pizzas. Or if I just want something good old-fashioned, I just go straight for the margarita. And pickle, this is a tag for Sailor Moon because I'm a massive fan of Sailor Moon. And I have 2 little books here with my Sailor Moon tags in that I use. And if you want to know where I got these from, then I got these from, well, I got one set from AliExpress and I got one set from Wish. They were very, very cheap. So, Super Colours. Let's find out where they are. So I'm going to do some purple and just make sure there's none further in. Right, so I need a pretty light base. So I'm thinking if we go with the mauve. Poop to the Hawaiian pizza. Yes, love the crinkly paper. And you know what it is? I find doing watercolours on really cheap paper makes it all the more crinkly. Right, so I am going to go straight in and I'm going to do the bows in her hair first, and I'm just going to go straight down onto the paper and I'm just going to use it like I would a normal pencil. I'm going to put a bit of a heavy pressure down at the base of what I'm doing and then just fade it out. I'm not going to worry about going right to the edge. And again, everybody, this is just how I do these. I'm still learning with them. And you don't have to do it how I do it. If you know a better way, then you do it that way. If you do know a better way and you know someone who has a video or you have a video yourself, then do not hesitate to tell me so that I can have another look and able to learn another way of doing it. So I'm just going to do both bows to begin with. I'm not looking at chat just yet, and I'll just put this down and then I'll have a look and catch up with everyone. And I'm thinking with our outfit that I'm going to go with purples and maybe some aqua colours. Right, I'm just going to include this as some of her bow. And what I think I might do with this, because it has like the scalloped edge, is that when I've finished the picture I'll come back in with a Posca pen or a white gel pen and make it look a bit like lace instead. But we'll do that at the end when everything else is done. Yes, of course I can zoom in. Just give me a moment. I'll bring my phone down because that seems to be a little bit easier. Is that better for you? Hiya, Mia. Is that better, or would you like me to go a little bit closer? If my hand gets in the way, I do apologise. It'll only be for a moment. So if you watched the first part of this, you will remember that the parts I've already coloured, these parts here and at the other side, that I used the Lox brand pencils. Hi Caroline, that's alright lovely, you lurk away. I'm just reading the chat a second. Is somebody leaving? Oh yes, Connie, see you later sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. And thank you again for sending those pencils. I haven't received them yet, but I'll let you know when I do. Right. I'll just check I got all these bits of ribbon. Oh no, there's some there. Try and get in without going over the beads. Alright, okay, I'll keep an eye out for them. Right, so then I'm just going to get my water brush and I've got my bit of kitchen towel here and I've got my protector underneath. And I'm going to start at this side, and I may very well have to get a different brush for some of the smaller parts. And this is very pale in colour, and that's what I'm after because I don't want too much of a dark colour going straight down to begin with. and I'm just wiping off as I go along. But I must say that I did a whole picture just using the super colours, and they worked an absolute dream. They go down really well, they blend out really well, and the good thing about them is that you can use them dry as well. Hiya Gary, thank you for joining. It's a very pretty colour, this. It's a mix between purple and pink, and it's very, very pale as well. It's a bit different to other sets of pencils that I have with the colour mauve in. Normally it's more of a darker colour. Try and bring that bit out a bit. And the one thing that I found for anyone who is scared to use watercolours or just haven't got around to trying watercolours is that you can lift the colour off the page with the water. Just make sure that you have something to keep wiping your brush, you have some clean water to hand, and then really you can't go wrong as such. It's one of those trial and errors. Right, so that's that side done there. Imogen, hello lovely. You look in colour, it's nice to have you here. I'm just reading chat, guys. But yes, the good thing about the watercolours is that the colour does lift off the page. You just have to make sure that you are using these type of watercolours, because ink tints do not come off the page once they're on. So once they are activated, you cannot lift the colour off. Whereas with these, if you add the water, then it just lifts it off. Thank you everyone who's joining my group on Facebook. As Sammy said before there, it is not just for colouring. You can also promote your other crafts if you do them. A lot of people do just post their colourings, but we do have the occasional post for another craft. Hiya Victoria. There you go, there's some of the other crafts that are posted in the group. It's the same with this channel. Eventually, when I start making more videos and such, because I am a bit behind at the moment, I will do videos on some of the other crafts that I like to do, because I do card making and I I do 5D painting. Hiya, Tanya. Don't you worry, you lurk away. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, you do. You tell him, Gary. Typo. Hiya, little Mai. Do you prefer little Mai or Sung? I'll call you whatever you want to be called. Victoria, Colouring Kid is Imogen, and you should check out her channel because she is amazing and she is only 14 years old. Okay, I'll call you Sung. The same with anybody else. If you have a name that you want me to call you instead of what is on your YouTube tag, then just let me know. Ian's just posted Imogen's channel link for everyone. Yes, Tammy, she's 14 and you should check out her channel because she is amazing. Very talented. Well, Pickle, even if you told me you had a real name, I'd still call you Pickle. I like Pickle too much. So by the time I have finished this side, then the other side should hopefully be dry. If not, I'll do another part. Right. I can give you a special name, but I don't know if it would be my lord. Hi, Twilight Argent da Costa. Do you have another name you'd like me to call you by? Oh my god, Gary, imagine trying to say that. Right, so I'm going to come back in, or give me 2 moments actually. I'm just going to quickly sharpen this so it has a bit of a point. I've moved my pencil sharpener away so that it doesn't make such a noise next to the camera. Ooh. Oh, very nice, Victoria. Well done for reaching 500 subs. Right, so I'm going back in with the mauve. I'll just show that there for you. And this side should be dry, so it should be okay. And I'm literally just going back in on some parts to add a bit of depth to the colour we already have there. And I'm going to keep this dry. Hiya, Faith. Thank you for joining. I will look back in chat in a moment, guys. Here I am. Oh, red or ginger? I could do red or ginger. I think more towards ginger and do like a strawberry. See, I can't even get my words out. Strawberry blonde. This is a fairly small book, yes. So should we have a vote? Should we give this girl strawberry blonde hair or not? We'll have a quick vote. I'm just going to have a drink of my coffee. She does kind of remind you of her, doesn't she? So we have a no from Tammy. Why no from Tammy? What colour would you think? Black or brown? Blue hair. Dark hair. Another blue hair. In terms of dark, what colour do you think, Sammy? Don't apologise, Becky. You lurk. And we don't mind some whining if you want to whine away to us. Yes, we have a rainbow of colours to vote for now. Yes, create a poll. Well, you see, Sammy, I was just going to do blonde hair because blonde hair is basically the only colour hair that I know how to do properly. So, if I get you guys to vote on a new colour, then it gives me a challenge to do. So in terms of colours, what did you add to the poll, Ian? Okay guys, I'm clicking on the poll. Hold on. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, so guys, if you click on that poll and you vote between the colours that's there, then I'll leave that open. Then for next stream, we will do her hair. And if you also want, if there is a colour there, if there's a colour that you want and it's not there, if once the stream's done, you leave it in the comments and I will tally up to see what people have chosen, and then we will go with the most votes. Tammy, if you click on the link that just Ian has posted, but as I said, if you want a colour and it's not in the poll, then when the stream's done, if you just leave a comment, and by next Friday I will, well, what I'll do is by Thursday night UK time, before I go to bed, I will have a look and see what everyone has decided. So let me just have a look. So next Thursday is the 9th. So if we go by 10 PM on Thursday the 9th UK time, then I will see what everyone has. Hiya Heather, nice to have you here, lovely. And then we will have a look, and on Friday I'll have a decision made by everybody here for her hair, and it doesn't matter what the outcome is, I will do what the outcome says. And if I do it by Thursday night, it means that it gives me all of Friday up until the stream to have a practice and get the colours ready. Sung, what are you confused about, sweetie? What I'll also do is I will put the link for the poll in the description once the stream is up as well. And then it means that it doesn't get lost. Sammy, I think Ian's just claimed the book by default. Just so you know, Ian, it's a book that I have in my wish warehouse. Hint, hint. Hey, what is like? What is like? So, what's everyone been up to this week? Well, over the past 2 weeks actually, because I've not seen you all for 2 weeks. I got a fair few of my whips done last week. Which was quite good. Not all of them, I still have a fair few to do. But I think it's the most pictures I've completed in a week ever. Connie, my name is Honor. Thank you, Heather. Well, apparently, Susan, we were supposed to get thunderstorms here today, but I've not heard anything. But it has been raining again. I have got a completed whips video done. Well, not whips, a completed pages video done. I just need to have it edited and put up on stream on my channel. I was going to do one for all the pictures I've completed since starting my channel, but I've just done it for April Why don't you watch it, Gary? And Mia, you don't watch it either? Oh my goodness. Gary and Ian, you're hitting it off like a house on fire. Well, this is the thing, Christine, because apparently there's only 6 episodes to this final season as well, because the episodes are longer. Connie, everyone's talking about Game of Thrones. And do you watch it or not? Right, so finish with that. And there's some parts that I'm not quite happy about. I've put them too heavy, so I'm just gonna get my water brush again and I'm just gonna pull them out. Mainly on this big bow here. And this part here. I just feel like the join's just too sharp. Yes, I'm watching Gotham. And I've not seen The Wire though. And if it causes Ian to wear his pants any lower than he already wears, then I'm not sure that I want to watch The Wire. Right, I'm just gonna grab my swatch book again, and I think just because it's next to it and it seems to fit quite well, I'm going to grab the Periwinkle Blue as well. And I'm just going to give that a quick sharpen over here. Ooh. And then I'll come back to that bit, but again I'm just literally going in these darker areas, not adding very much. I may very well drag this out as well, just to add that extra depth. And just for those who missed it, this is the Periwinkle Blue. Get it to the right side there for you. Thank you, Mia. Yes, Ian, she's a bit young. But only just, to be honest, because and I'm not saying this is you, Imogen, but kids these days are a bit more advanced with language and sexuality and things like that as well. But oh, that's okay, Sammy, you go get him out. Thank you for coming, Caroline. I hope it doesn't start raining as you're out walking. Sung, we were just talking about Game of Thrones. More so about the show rather than the books. Right, I'm gonna just quickly finish this part in, because I've just realised that it is already 7:25, so I've already been on for nearly an hour and a half. How time flies when you're having fun, eh? At least let me get these ribbons done before I have to leave. Well, the thing is, Imogen, with things like social media, it all depends on the people you have added. So for things like Facebook and even Instagram, you have like your main wall feeds. So if you have the right people added, then you're not really going to get things up that you technically shouldn't see. Whereas I use Pinterest for inspiration and things like that, and I know Pinterest can be used as a social media, and we did let Ella use it, but then when you search for things as innocent as My Little Pony and a lot of sexual references come up, then you have to turn around and say, well, you can't use this. And it's a shame, because it is just a platform to find images. So if you want, everyone, you can share your social medias around, seeing as we're on this topic. If you have channels, Instagrams, Facebooks, anything like that, then go ahead and share. Well, this is it, Imogen, because if you had something like Facebook, then you would probably be like the rest of the zombies and spend your whole time with your face in your phone. Right, I'm just going to get my water brush again, and I'm just going to pull some of this darker colour out. Thank you, Marie. Faith, you'll have to let us know what you think about the Avengers film. Yes, Hulk is one of Ian's favourite characters of all time, and we were a little bit disappointed in him, but that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not one to spoil films. Joanne, I'm a bit torn about the ending. Excuse me, sir. I will decide if I am a no buy for anything. You just gets lost, and I just offer to take the parcels in. It's not my fault he keeps getting lost. Not my fault at all. And well done for you, Sung, because I don't think I could, to be honest. Babe, I think there's plenty of those on Facebook, but it's more of a support group to let us accept the fact that we buy the books. Exactly, Joanne. I must just have the kind of face that the postman just wants to keep bringing me parcels. Well, son, you have my full support because I couldn't do it. So well done so far, and good luck for the rest of the year. But I've got a few books on pre-order this year. I think I've got one coming at the end of the month, and then I think my next one is August, I think, or it might be June. So, oh, and I do have Colour Morphia to pick up from the works, well, from my mum's house actually, because my mum already picked it up from the works for me today. Ah, no, Sean. What pizza did you get then? Right. Just try and get some of this darker colour up. Hiya, Kenny, lovely. As you can see, Sean, we haven't gotten very far, but her hair ribbons are complete. So, what is on the Taste of the Apocalypse? Right, so I'm just going to bring you down because I'm now going to colour in the bow around her middle. And I'm going to go back in with the mauve again. And I'm just going to do the same as what I did before and do a harder pressure leading out to a lighter one. And I'll just go a bit quicker this time because obviously it's exactly the same as what I've just done. Oh, you see, chicken salami and jalapenos sounds absolutely amazing. I do love spicy food. Welcome back, Tammy. I've got another dog barking outside, so I might get Frank. Oh, he's groaning. He's doing some groanings. Right, so these ribbons, I might just do that bow in this colour and then this bit here. And there he goes. So if I bring this down here. No, Heather, these are the Super Colours by Karen Dash. Hi Nick and Tina. Hi Shonda. Thank you for joining. That's okay, but Imogen, say hi to Mum from us. Enjoy colouring in with her. Right, I'm thinking this is part of it as well. If not, it's tough because the colour's on the page and I'm not changing it now. And I think all of that is the ruffle of our dress, and then we have this bit of ribbon here. Thank you very much, Shonda. Thank you, Kenny and Mia and Tammy. Yes, Tammy, this has all been watercolour so far. Don't apologise, Shonda. You just take it easy, sweetheart. Right, so I think that's, oh wait a minute, I've left this part. I think this is all the ribbons coming off the bow around her waist. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. And I'm just going to activate these and blend them out. Oh dear, Sean, is it too spicy even with them off? Tammy, my favourite colour is purple as well. Absolutely love purple. I'm just doing this and I'm keeping an eye on chat at the same time. I do love spicy food. Okay, Pickle, you take care. Thank you for coming along. So I had to throw out one of my water brush pens the other day. No matter what I did, I couldn't get the water to go out from the tank through the brush, so I just threw it in the bin. I don't care, it was one of my more thinner ones as well. It is slightly easier, but at the same time, and I don't know if this is just because of the brush that I'm using, it can be a bit better to control where you're blending it out to when you're just using the pencil. But that's just my preference because I use pencils all the time. Pencils are my go-to medium. Do you look like you've had Botox, Sean? But you'll see it in my completed pages video. I did April on my Kelly O'Gorman colouring calendar for this year, and I used just the super colours, wet and dry, with stickles on at the end, and that was all I used because I was taking the pencils for a good drive. First time using them properly, and I really enjoyed using them as well. They're just a really beautiful pencil to use all together. And I must admit that I thought they would be hard to use, but they're really not. No, I haven't. Give me a moment. Whereabouts am I looking? I don't know where I'm looking right now. No, Sean, I haven't had the chance to go to Hobbycraft yet. I do have a can't get my words out. I do have the Derwent number 3 brush out at the moment, and I do have the number 1 as well. So yeah, Ian, he now has a new follower. Not pencils, Mia, it's the brushes from Hobbycraft. The water brushes. It's just that I had to throw my number 1 tip out. Not of the Derwent ones, it was of another make that I have. I had to throw it out, and just because the water wouldn't come out no matter what I did. So I need to go out and get myself a few more brush pens. Right. So I'm thinking to go along with the pinky purple. Oh, wait a minute, I haven't gone in and done my... I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. So I'm going to come back in with the mauve, but just using it dry. I'm just going to add a bit of depth. Just like I did with the ribbons on our hair. And the good thing about doing this image is that now that we're in May, when we complete it, I can tag it for Becky's anime as well. Okay, Michelle. I hope you sort everything out. Thank you for joining. Tammy, you can do this on wet paper, but I would advise for this particular technique where I'm just adding it as an extra shadow, I would wait for the bit that you're wanting to add it to dry, and then it doesn't wash out as much. I've got the hiccups. So this part is a bit like if you were to put a marker base down and then go over with pencil. I'm doing exactly the same thing here, where I've already put down a base using the pencils as a watercolour, and then using the same pencils again once the part is dry to go over with them dry and to add some depth in. I'm doing a picture in Jasmine Beckett Griffith with my Inktense. It's my first time really using them properly. And I am finding them a lot more difficult than these, for instance. And I managed to get one of the aquarelle boards, and I've been using that with the Inktense rather than laying it down on the page or pulling it from the pencil for those. And I found it to be a lot easier. It might have been torture, Sean, but at least now you have something on your stomach. Right, and then I'm going to come back in with the periwinkle blue and get it the right way again. And again, just in the darker parts that you would have, just add a bit of this again for a bit more shadow. I'm not particularly following any sort of order as to where light's coming from and where shadows would be. I'm literally just putting it to where I think it would look nice, to be honest. These ones, Tammy, are the Caran d'Ache Super Colours. But ever since getting this, well, I got my Neo Colour 2s off of Ian for Christmas, and I never really tried them out very much. I did do 1 or 2 backgrounds with them, but I wasn't 100% sure how to use them. And then I received the Super Colours as a gift through my channel, and I tried them out, and it kind of prompted me to get my Inktense out and give them a go. Take care, Faith. Thank you for coming and enjoy your lunch. So yeah, it kind of prompted me to get all of my water mediums out, sort of. So I pulled out my Inktense, I got the Neos back out, and I've just kind of been playing around, and then I decided that I would just outright do a whole picture in the Super Colours, because I learnt from Sammy that you can use them dry as well as wet, and they look fantastic. And then I remembered that I had a picture which I classed as finished, because at the time of doing it I didn't have Neo Colours to do them, so I classed it as being finished, so I put the picture away. But then I remember that I had the Neo Colours to do the background, so I've brought it back out and I've done the background for it. Hiya Jane, thank you for joining. For all those who've recently joined the stream, Ian has just posted a link to a poll to vote for a colour to do this girl's hair in on the next stream. If you don't want to choose one of the colours in the poll, when the stream is finished, if you just leave a comment, and on Thursday the 9th at 10 PM UK time, I will do I'll collaborate all of your votes and all of your comments to say what is the most popular, and regardless of what colour it is, that is the colour this lovely girl is going to have for her hair. Right, I'm just going to zoom out a little so you can see both of those together. Calm down, you. Sean, depending on what colour her hair is, I'll decide on her eye colour. And her dress is going to be more along the lines of these sorts of colours. So like turquoises and minty greens. And I'll keep adding in the purples and things like that. This book, for anyone who's come in and doesn't know what we're doing it from, is SS Illust. And when the stream's finished, I shall leave the links as to where you can find this book. That's all I'm going to do on this stream, because even though I've not got much done again, it's been 2 hours. You'd like another quick flip of this book, Sean? Because I also have a flip through of this on my channel, but I can do a quick flip of the book. I'll go from back to front because it's a lot easier that way. So in the back of, I'll bring it up so I can get the whole book in frame. So in the back of the book you have versions of the images in the book that you can colour. Just make sure that gets right in frame before I start flipping it. There we go. Sammy, I'm just about to leave. Sean's asked for a quick flip of the book, so I'm just going to go back to front to show what's in the book. Oh, bless him. You'll have to get the hairdryer out on him. This isn't a very good flip, but like I says, I do have an actual flip up on the channel. And then I'll just move it along now because all of the images in this book are single-sided. The paper in this is quite thick. As I said at the beginning of the stream, it's not quite as thick as the paper used in Thomas Kincaid's book, but it would hold wet mediums quite well. We have different colour line art and different thicknesses of line art within the book, so it is for all experience types. There is a different mix of image types as well as in terms of themes. And I believe you can get this on Etsy and also on Amazon Japan, and I'll leave the links for those in the description once the stream is finished. I'll also leave another link to the hair pull. And I haven't in my previous videos, but I'll also leave my my email address in the description, but it can also be found in the about section of my channel. Yes, we'll also put the link for the poll in the Facebook group as well. But I just love all of the images in this book. They're cute. You have some serious ones, some fun ones, ones for food, flowers. There are men and women, animals, different seasons of the year. We will also put a link to the Facebook group in the description as well. And I'll also put a link to my Instagram, because why not? We've got a link for everything else going in there. But this is another book that would be very good to link up with Becky's channel and her hashtag of Becky's Anime. But all in all, this is a very, very lovely book. And I'd just like to say a massive thank you for everyone who's joined the stream today, and for everyone's continuing support, and to my lovely mods. There we go. So there's your flip through again of this book. If you'd like to see it again, you can either fast forward this stream once it's up to see, or I have a better one where the book is actually fully in frame as a separate video on the channel. So thank you everyone, and stream wise, I will definitely see you on Friday next week. As I say every time, if I can't get on any earlier through the week, I will. Another mention, Sammy's just said it there, I am running a hashtag this month for Marvel May, and it is to either colour an image from a Marvel book, or if you don't have any books of Marvel, what you can do is get any image from any book and just colour it with an inspiration from any Marvel character. And I'll also put the hashtag for that in my title. But thank you everyone for joining. It's been a hoot as normal. We'll have a good laugh. But thank you very much. Goodbye guys.